First, let me thank the gentleman from Texas. Also want to thank Mr. Moore, who has also worked awfully hard on this legislation. But I have to admit, Mr. Speaker, that I'm a bit in awe of the work that the gentleman from Texas has done to get this bill this far. As has been said, many lives and billions of dollars are lost during hurricanes and tornadoes due to really poor mitigation techniques, from the structure of buildings to the planning of evacuation corridors. Hurricane Andrew, for example, in 1992, resulted in $26.5 billion in losses and 61 fatalities. Southern Dade County, by the way, Miami-Dade County, is still recovering from the effects of Hurricane Andrew. Hurricane Hugo in 1989 resulted in $7 billion in losses and 86 fatalities. I'm fortunate to help represent the International Hurricane Research Center in Florida International University, which is directed by Dr. Leatherman. It was established after Hurricane Andrew. It serves as Florida Center for Hurricane Research, Education, and Outreach. Of course, their work really serves the entire nation. The center has led research on everything from appropriate housing techniques to beach erosion and coastal vulnerability. Like many other wind-related institutions, the International Hurricane Research Center supports this legislation. The sponsor of this legislation was mentioning a number that did. This is one more the gentleman from Texas I know is aware of. And again, it will make significant steps in mitigating the effects of wind-related hazards throughout the United States. This legislation, this, I think, very important piece of legislation that the gentleman from Texas has done an incredible job shepherding through the process. And again, I'm in awe. I'm in awe of the job that he has done. This legislation creates a National Windstorm Impact Reduction Program in order to improve understanding of windstorm impacts and develops implementation of cost-effective mitigation measures. This will use the vital research already done to implement a uniform policy that will ultimately lead to better built office buildings, homes, structures, in order to lessen the impact of hurricanes and tornadoes and other windborne tragedies. It establishes a National Advisory Committee on Windstorm Impact Reduction. Again, this group will routinely assess the effectiveness of the program and make recommendations if any changes are needed down the road. The sponsor has been very key on making sure that there's strong oversight, and I want to thank the sponsor for his leadership there, and not only on this issue, but particularly on this issue on spill. And again, I want to thank the sponsor, the gentleman from Texas, Mr. Moore, who's also, as I repeat, has done a lot of work. I'm in awe of the work that has been done on this bill, and it's a privilege to be able to support this bill here on the floor today. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I yield back.